On the fourth day, a mystery knight rode onto the lists. He was small, his armor ill-fitting and patched, his shield bearing a laughing weirwood face. The old god's smile. No one knew his name. He challenged 3 knights whose squires had beaten and humiliated a slight crannock man. Howland Reed of the Neck. The first knight fell in 3 passes. The second lasted 4. The third was hurled from the saddle so hard he broke his leg. The knight refused all ransom. He asked only that the squires be punished and the bullying end. Then he rode back into the woods and vanished. King Aerys raged. "A traitor mocks me from behind a tree!" He commanded Rhaegar to find and unmask the insolent fool. That night the prince rode out with a handful of trusted men. They found no knight, only an empty suit of armor hanging from an oak and the discarded laughing shield. But Rhaegar noticed something the others missed. The armor was too small for most men. The saddle had been adjusted for a slight rider, and fresh tracks led toward the Stark pavilions. He said nothing aloud, yet his eyes lingered on Lyanna Stark when he returned. Many who later pieced the story together believed the Knight of the Laughing Tree was Lyanna herself, small enough to fit the armor, skilled enough on horseback, and bold enough to defend the weak when no one else would. And they believed Rhaegar knew. The final day came. Rhaegar Targaryen swept the field, unhorsing Dane, Selmy, and every other champion until the roar of the crowd named him victor. All eyes turned to the royal pavilion. Princess Elia, frail and heavy with child, waited for the crown of blue winter roses that the champion always placed upon his ladyish brow. Rhaegar rode past her. He rode instead to the Stark stand where Lyanna sat among her brothers, in front of the entire realm, before her father, before her betrothed Robert, before king and lords alike. He leaned down and laid the crown of pale blue roses in her lap. "This lady," he said quietly so only those closest heard, "has shown more true honor and courage in these lists than any knight I have seen." A shocked silence fell, then broke into furious whispers. Ilya's face paled. Brandon Stark reached for his sword. Robert's laughter died. Aerys glared with mad fury. Many say Rhaegar crowned Lyanna not from sudden passion, but because he had recognized the small knight who had defended Howland Reed without seeking glory or gold. In his eyes, she had earned the title Queen of Love and Beauty far more than any other. Whether it was admiration for her bravery or something deeper, that single gesture of roses and silence became the spark that would set the 7 kingdoms aflame. The great tourney at Harrenhal ended in cheers and murmurs, but the realm would never forget the Laughing Tree, the Wolf Maid, and the prince who chose to honor her.